Hello, I am on live here. I will wait for people to hop on before we get started. Let's see, as people hop on here. Oh, I see some people coming on. Hello, hello. Give it a couple minutes. It's always that period of time, like a couple minutes when you're waiting for people to hop on before I jump in and get started. I hope everyone is having an amazing day already. I'm in Texas, the sun is shining, it is hot. I don't know where everyone else lives, but hopefully you have good weather. Hey JC, what is up? Yeah, I'll give it a couple minutes. I don't know I know everyone on these calls kind of gives it a couple minutes before jumping in. However, I do know that some of you are gonna be watching this recording, and it's always that like period of time where you're waiting for people to hop on. So yeah, I'll give it one more minute as people come on. I love seeing all the new people, so just give me some hearts, let me know you're there, and I'll jump right in. Perfect. All right, well, I'll just get started, and hello. And if you are hopping on late, you can always skip back. My name is Jenevieve Struk, and I live in Texas. I've been a coach now for 3 years, and it's been an amazing experience. As all y'all know, I don't have to tell you guys. I was asked to talk about how to take advantage of No Excuse November. When I saw that the $20 off special was happening, it was like I was just so freaking excited for my team, for the opportunity to really grow and help as many people this time of year. Because as y'all know, you get a lot of backlash from people this time of year, the season of life, the holidays are just hard. So I'm gonna be talking about I have three different points here that I'm gonna discuss with you guys, so you can follow along and take some notes as you want. But I just wanted to organize that. So 3 points, and then I'm gonna give you my like little key nugget advice. If you leave with nothing else, remember this kind of thing at the end. So stay with me here. First thing is, why wait till January? That should be your mindset with every conversation, with every post that you do, when you wake up, when you go to sleep, when you're doing your workouts, when you're posting in your challenge group. Why wait till January? Even people who have signed up and are in your challenge groups, they may also even have that mindset of, well, I can just wait till January to go all into it. But that's crazy, that's silly. Why wait? So the first thing I'm gonna say is share and keep sharing your winter story. So don't just share your typical transformation. This is me, like, look at my changes, or I just completed this program, but you really need to hit those pain points for people. And everyone's story is different. Like if you're one of those people that the winter doesn't affect you and you just lose more weight in the winter than the summer, then you know what? You are awesome. But most people, I would say, are the opposite, right? Most people for the winter, like, you don't really want to go outside and go for walks and workouts, because depending on where you live, either there's a lot of snow on the ground or it's cold, and it just, with the daylight savings now, it's dark at like 5 p.m. here in Texas and everywhere else. And so that's going to be a big thing, is you've got to hit the pain points. So for example, I've experienced emotional eating. My family has experienced that, stress eating. But not only that, it's like that winter wine weight, right? Like when you get just snuggled up, watch a movie, and you just are like, I could drink a glass of wine or 2 or 3, like every single night. So talking to your audience and where they are at. So for me, my audience is a big wino, movies kind of thing, get home. And so I'm talking to those people. Emotional eating, you're talking to that. So really be pushing those stories. So not your typical just transformation, like, look at me, I've gone so far, but you've got to dig deep and peel back those layers. And I'm sure y'all are already doing that, but you have to touch on that all the time. Not only that, when you post a workout picture, you need to be posting about consistency and how that makes you feel, especially in the winter. And just be really honing in on that winter mindset, because everyone is struggling right now. And even for yourself, if, like, I know last year, I killed my butt all spring and summer, and then I did gain 5-10 pounds, which, you know, for some that's not a lot, but for me, it was a lot. And I could see that difference, and I shared that story for people and how I have no excuses. I'm going all in to not let myself fall into that. So the biggest thing within your posting is to create urgency for this No Excuse November. One way to do that is I created an Instagram story graphic. So you can, on PicMonkey, you can make graphics that are the size of your phone background if you have an iPhone or Android. And I did, no weight gain November, like who's gonna commit to not letting the winter win. And I started writing down the names of people who are going in with me. And I even made little comments like, congrats, she just got engaged, or she has dogs like me, like little notes that it, again, as other viewers are seeing that story, they're kind of like, well, I just got engaged, or I just did this. They can relate to even just the names. They're like, my name is Morgan M, and they're like, oh, maybe that's my sign, I need to do this. Like, even though it's a different Morgan, right? It's little things like that. And I updated that, and I'm continuing to update it. I made 30 spots, and in 5 days, I filled all of those spots. Yeah? And so now I'm like, well, now I want to do even more, a halfway point of like, I'm opening up halfway, 30 more spots. Who's ready to commit to No Weight Gain November, or whatever your challenge group is called? If you're calling it No Excuse November or Turkey Slim Down, all of that. Other suggestions too, and there's coaches on my team as well, they're pushing a No Sweat November. So a lot of the winter weight gain is revolved around food and alcohol. Like, that's just it. And yes, an activity can balance that out, or being active balances out, but they're hosting groups that are just focused on 2B mindset and nutrition. And if that's more your population, where they're like, I can't even think about working out right now, whatever, like push those just nutrition-based groups, and having the option of like, I'm hosting a No Sweat and a sweat, group. So those are two different ideas you can take to really not wait until January for yourself. And you have to just, you're gonna sound like a broken record, but that's what people need to hear. And in your post, like I said, you're talking about that consistency and how it makes you feel empowered, and you're just so proud of yourself for not giving in. And I would even challenge yourself. Yesterday I worked out at 6 p.m. It was pitch black, and it was just different. And so for people that also have to work out late, you're showing them that you can do that also. And so I'm more so a morning worker-outer, but I think showing that for those people who are like, yeah, well, I don't have time in the morning at all, or they work a morning shift, then also showing in the afternoon, no excuses November, let's go. That's it. I'm doing it. Are you ready to join me? So that's number one. Don't wait till January. And really just honing in on that winter seasonal depression. I saw that winter weight gain. That's what you just need to harp in people, and talking about nutrition, talking about food, and sharing your food and yummy, comfort, healthy food recipes right now. I don't share that much on food, and I know I need to personally, but that's what people want to see right now, because they think the only way to eat comfort food right now in the winter is mac and cheese and pasta. So giving those healthy options for that traditional comfort food when people right now are super stressed. So now, number 2 is going to be follow-ups. For No Excuse November, it is follow-ups, no excuses. So the way I really dove into this month with this $20 off special is going through the archives of messages, people that I've talked to. These are people I haven't talked to maybe they were recently, or a couple months ago, or maybe even a year ago. No lie, every single person. I just sat there. I was in a car ride. I did that. When I'm laying in bed, I'm just going through. And this is a message. I'm going to give you guys a message you guys can use. And obviously you can tweak it, but this is the message I am sending to all of the people that I've talked to already about my programs. So we've had some kind of communication. They've either told me some of their excuses were money, right? It's not a right time. Maybe they were having a baby then, and so they couldn't even focus on it. some other excuses, or just people ghost you, right? And so you're like, hi, I'm back. And so it can be awkward to follow up sometimes because you never know. But because we have this $20 off special, take your fear and just no excuses, like push it away. Like, oh my God, is it gonna be weird if I reach out to them again? I don't care. You shouldn't care either. Just go for it. This is the message I sent. So you guys can write it down or whatever. Happy November, exclamation, exclamation, heart, heart, like emojis, heart, heart. OMG, I'm so excited. I had to message you because we are doing a $20 off deal for November. It's a sign from the universe that now is the time for you to finally join me. What do you say? That is the message I just went in and I sent out. And I have the mindset of like, you're going to, like, imagine if you're someone that's really upset and just feeling really icky this time of year and stressed, and then all of a sudden you get this super bright, happy message saying like, there's $20 off deal and there's a sign from the universe. Like, that's amazing. And I've gotten a huge positive response from that message alone, just from people that are like, you know, you're right, I need to get into this. And that has been awesome. That message I've shared with my team, and they're sending that out as well. And it's just a really great way to follow up. I'm sure you guys are all following up, but I think, you know, instead of just the typical, hey girl, you know, talk about this is a sign, like it's finally time for you to do this. It's okay to be forward for someone. Obviously, if you've had conversations before, they've needed the help. You know, unless they come at you and like, no, it's okay, I lost 50 pounds on my own, then you're like, okay, I guess you're good. But otherwise, for the most part, people are still wanting to do something. They're just scared or nervous, or again, making those excuses. So you are saying, okay, money was an issue, but now we've got that deal. So that is really good. Another thing that I've done, and I shared with my team, is I've created a price infographic. An infographic is pictures and words that are informative. And so it is like the bundles, like the picture of the bundles that you can just get right from, you know, share a cart with the price, the original price, and then a red cross with the sale price on it. And I have November special, you know, join the, like I call my challenge group the Slay Babe Gang. So join this Slay Babe Gang, and it's an infographic. And this makes it really easy, not only for myself to tell people all the different options. So it's the really, really basic, that's now $140, which is a steal, which I haven't seen that price since when I first joined and bought just 21 Day Fix DVDs. And now they're getting a full year of BOD. Like, are you kidding me? Amazing. So that's an option. Number two is I'm doing a lot. I'm personally doing 80 Day Obsession, a little more obsessed with Le4. So I have that equipment up there, but you can do Shift Shop. You can do whatever you want on your infographic. And you can do, you know, the 180, that's now 160. And I have it as like basic package, what's recommended. So the recommended is the one that has Shakeology and the performance line, and then max results is the mega pack. And so people can easily view what they get, how it works. And again, I've seen a lot of success. I know I'm a visual person, and like sending messages with like all the different prices and everything we have, like while written out, it shows, wow, you get so much. I think visually it does the same thing as well. So an infographic has really, really helped my team and made it very easy for me. Like if you were a leader on your team, to pass that down and say, send this message, happy November, blah, 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 blah. This is now the new prices. Get it out there, get people jumped in, get them excited, no excuses. Like send it out to every single person. Go through your Facebook messages, go through your emails, go through it all. Like for me personally, I have like a notebook with names of people I've talked to. So I've even gone through all of that. If you have a Google Doc, like literally everything, as long as you make it super easy for yourself and your team, there is no excuse. It's just you doing it and not doing it. So that's number two, the follow-up. So that's a really, really great way to take advantage and simplify the process of it. Number three is going to be pay it forward. So on my team, we've always kind of talked to our clients one-on-one, whether they're just customers or discount coaches, about reaching out to them and saying, hey, you know, if you want to have friends or family come along, you are now have a reference link. You're like, if it's a discount coach, you can have friends and family join you, let me know, right? And so that's done okay. But now with this $20 off special, it's like, what? Amazing. So now your discount coaches, your customers in your challenge group can be like, wow, this is really cool. I can have my friends and my coworkers jump in on this group and it's on a special, like it's a deal, which is great. And so that's really, really good because it builds excitement and you want to hype up your community that way. So again, I created another infographic to give to your customers, so not your coaches, your customers, and your discount coaches. So create an infographic that you can give to them, and the message that they can send out to their friends and family. Again, simplify it, then there is no excuse of like, well, I just didn't get it, I don't know. Because if you reach out to a friend, if you reach out to a customer or a discount coach and just say, hey, it's a $20 off special, you should see if you have friends that want to do it. They're like, okay, yeah, I'll see. And it's too hard. That's too hard. It is. They're just not going to do it, I promise you. And if they are, then they're coach material, and that's a whole nother conversation, right? So if they're like, oh my God, yes, like I'm on it, boom, 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 then you're actually like a coach, so I'm going to take you and put you in my boot camp for new coach training. But if they're like, yeah, sure, I'll see, that's kind of saying, no, probably not. Like, I don't know what to say. So make it easy. The message that you send, that you give to your discount coaches and your customers from your challenge group is, this is what they'll send to their friends and family. So this is the message to send. So if I'm a discount coach and I'm going to blast my friends and my coworkers, I'm going to say, hey, insert name, I just started this program. Look at these amazing results. They are now offering it at $20 off. What do you think? That's the message that discount coaches and customers can send out to their friends and family. Super easy. They're like, oh, that's easy enough. And you're like, yeah, it's easy. That's what I do as a coach. And so then they get excited. They have this infographic that explains everything that is going to be happening in No Weight Gain November, which is my challenge group. So there's no like, someone who has never talked about this business has to be like, it's like this thing and we work out and then it's like a group and we like post our pictures like, you want to do it? Trust me, they'll screw it up. They'll word vomit all over the place. But if they have this infographic, it's super easy. The reason why I went up with this route of reaching out personally to my discount coaches and then personally to customers is because you want to take advantage, and that's just going to make people more excited, and it may make a discount coach be like, wow, like this is really cool. Maybe I could do this full time. And if nothing else, you can build emeralds. You can build more volume just by people. What we want to do is people helping people. And so that's a really, really great way to bring it down. And that's also good for coaches who have been like on the fence, more so hobby coaches, to again, less pressure of like super intense, go through all your follow-ups and send this message. I have the two options. So if you want to go at more of a hobby rate of like whimsidaisical, like, hey, you should do this program. And obviously a transformation picture is in the infographic, as well as the prices with the sale price. So you have the original price, slash in half in red, new sale price. People are used to seeing that stuff. And so that makes people more comfortable because that's normal to see, like sale, original price now slashed in half or whatever, $20 off. So those are my 3 big points of tackling and taking advantage of No Excuse November. So just to reiterate before I go into like my big like takeaway of like things you should be doing daily. Number 1, again, why wait till January? So really just on your social media and on your IG story, creating urgency with a graphic and writing out names, talking about winter weight gain, seasonal, now, start now. Right? In Texas today it's 80, but it starts now. And if you start talking about it now, then it'll catch people's attention, and keep talking about that. And third, don't forget, don't be afraid to run just a nutrition group as well. For those people who, you know, don't really want to work out this winter, but food is the main focus. You don't want to lose that. So number 2, follow-ups, no excuses. I have that message of just letting people know it's now $20 off of every person you've talked to, like every person. And you are making a big mistake if you don't reach out to them. Because if they don't sign up this month, they're like, oh, you know what? You're right. I really need to do this. December, I'm going to do it, right? Create that infographic so that people can see the sale price and what it was, what it is now, so it doesn't seem like weird. Third and last thing is paying it forward, reaching out personally to customers in your challenge group, like, hey, like, let's add more people. Like, you're crushing it in this group. I think you know, we're doing this $20 off deal. Do you have a couple friends and coworkers that would want to jump in this group with us? I can send you the info that you can send out to people. Question mark. See what they say. If they're like, yeah, oh my God, probably, be like, great. Here's the example message you can send out to all your friends, coworkers, and here's the infographic that explains it all. If you get someone that's interested, let me know and we'll get them hooked up right in the group, ready to go. Boom, done. Easy. More the merrier is what I always say. And so that's the big thing. Now my last point, sorry, my phone fell. Now my last point is so my biggest thing, all of these things don't work unless you have consistency with connecting. So even people that I've just connected with, I've reached out to them and say, hey, you know, happy November. I love chatting with you about dogs, whatever we had first connected. I wanted to mention I'm doing this thing, blah, 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 $20 off. I'm sure you guys all have your own little thing you say. But that is key, consistency with connecting. And so I don't know if you're already doing this, but you should be responding to people's Instagram stories. That's a very easy and great and authentic and genuine way to just connect with people, right? If people post on their IG story, they want attention and they want you to respond. I mean, think about how good it feels when someone replies to your story, right? So they're doing it for attention, so give them that. Obviously, it has to be something that you feel like you can respond to, because some stuff you're like, I don't know what to say. So move along. One way I do that, and this is just an easy technique, is go open up your followers, because they're following you. Go to your followers, start typing, just type A. Go through anyone who has a story, watch the story, comment. Keep going. Do all of your A's. Then if you're feeling good, go to your B's. And do 50 a day. I mean, obviously, you can adjust that number, but I would suggest doing 50 because it's super easy. You can be doing that when you're, online at Starbucks, when you're, at the drop-off line waiting for your kids, or pickup line waiting for your kids. You can do that watching a movie. You can do that while you're waiting for your dinner to cook in the oven. It's super mindless, super easy, but it can make such an impact because then from your connecting messages, you can send authentic invites. So that's, I think, the time I had here, like roughly 23 minutes. I don't know if anyone had any questions for me on here. I'm trying to scroll through to see. Yes, I don't know if anyone did. If you had any questions for me, you can post them now. Oh, do I track those 50? I don't really track them. I think that's hard to say. Yes, I do sometimes. If they respond, right, when they respond, I track it, if that makes sense. So it's like no, but yes. So when I'm sending them out, no. But if they just like heart my comment to them, then they're like, yeah, they're not really interested. But if they respond back, then I have a notebook that I'll write their name in, like write their number, the day, and write their name down. And that's super easy. Can we see your infographic? Yeah, I can post that in the comments of my infographic. What app do you use for the infographic? Just PicMonkey. Super easy. You can YouTube. I taught myself how to use PicMonkey. I YouTubed it. And so it's super easy. So yeah, perfect. Cool. Any other questions that you guys might have, or what you guys are doing? How do you make an infographic? So an infographic, it's just a fancy word of like, you know, brochure or Canva people use. You'll see my example, but it's just using pictures and words to tell someone an idea or whatever. It just is more of a fun versus a lot of text and then a few pictures. It's mostly pictures. So yeah, Canva can help. So yeah, it's really just an 8x11. You know, it's nothing fancy, I promise you guys. You know, it didn't take long to make. It shouldn't take you long. It's really just something that you can pass down to your team and get them excited and your people. And when I send out pricing to people, that's what I send out with it. And it just, the visual is so easy. And then for people who I've already sent pricing, I'm like, hey, now there's updated prices. You've got to check it out. Here's the new pricing list. And it just makes it easier for people. Thank you. You're welcome, you guys. I hope there are some really good things you guys can take and use and not give up. You know, keep going. This $20 off is amazing. And even be using that for your December groups. So I pushed this, you know, it opened up October 31st. I was going then, that day about it, and pushed these first 5 days of the month. And so you've got to use this $20 mentality and this special into December and getting people locked in to your December group in November. So that is really, how long is the $20 off for? I believe it's just through the end of November. The end of November. I don't know the time, and like Pacific Central Time. It always confuses me of like the exact time of when it cuts off. But I'm sure there's an FAQ on that, or someone might know that's watching this now and can comment for you on it. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll upload that graphic you can check out, and good luck this month. I know everyone is going to crush it. Have a good day. Bye.